Well, my next guest, she's a pip. She's a good friend of the show. She is our political commentator, also a counsellor. She's been there, done that, written the book. Christine Rankin, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am good. How's beautiful Taupō today?
It actually, if I turn to look out the window, is looking absolutely stunning. The sun is shining and the sky is clear. It's beautiful. It's still a wee bit nippy, but it's lovely.
So that's my favourite weather. The sun is up, blue skies, but just still a little cool. Not too hot. Beautiful stuff.
I know exactly what you mean.
Beautiful. Christine, we've got a lot to talk about. Let's jump in. Sweden's Dr. Anna, well, I said Anna. She's Swedish, so I think it's Anna Breman, was yesterday announced as the new Reserve Bank governor. From December she takes over. But of course then they break for Christmas, so she won't be here till next year really. Very impressive CV, currently first deputy governor of Sweden's central bank, has been on its executive board since 2019 and became the first deputy governor in 2022. Now she takes over after a very turbulent period for the RBNZ, with leadership turnovers, resignations and criticism of the bank's decision-making. So, Christine, how important is it for Miss Breman to restore trust and credibility at the Reserve Bank after the turbulence of recent years?
I think it is absolutely vital. And to watch the Minister of Finance last night speak about her in such glowing terms, and to see them standing side by side, and I felt that there was a real connection. And that connection is really important. And the last person on this job did not have that connection with our current government. They had a very firm and strong connection with the previous government. Look what happened. And I think that they were part of it, even if they like to deny it. I think they were a big part of it. And it is very important when you're in government to be able to trust, I guess, the person that holds so much power in terms of what you want to achieve as government. And we're in a hell of a state, as everybody knows. So that role is even more important. And there was something about the way she looked that made me feel she will take control and will do a good job. And look, isn't that ridiculous? Because I see her once and there she is standing in front of me and I felt really good about it. I thought, there's something about you, you're going to do a good job. And I hope I'm right. It's just intuition, but it felt good.
Well, because, she says she intends to keep inflation low and stable and is, in her words, laser focused on that mandate. But I mean, it's easier said than done, right?
I wouldn't like to be her, and I didn't ever say or think her job was going to be easy. I think it's a hell of a job. They're paying her quite a lot, so she'll feel good about that, to do this awful job, but it's not going to be easy. It's not. And, if we look, I felt quite sorry for the finance minister this week, and I know it's another entirely different topic here, but they've inherited 10 years of damage. And I don't mean there was 10 years causing the damage. It was the last government's time in office that caused 10 years into the future recovery. And we all thought they were going to go in there and because they were far more competent, and I believe they are, they were going to be able to flip it easily. No. And if we get Labour back next time.
Oh, golly, let's not. Let's not.
What will happen? But no one could have fixed it in this time. No one.
No. Now, the last question on Dr. Anna Breman, she's also tasked with strengthening transparency and communication. And I suppose, Christine, that's important because what kind of impact does that have on public confidence and markets?
I think that's huge. To tell the truth, people, I know there's a view that the public is stupid, and sometimes all of us are tempted to join in that feeling. But I think honestly, people respect the truth, they respect transparency. And I can't help but saying that councils need to learn a bit from this, in fact, quite a lot. But people do love transparency See, I always say that people can cope with anything if you tell them the truth about it. They might not have the reaction you want, but once you've told them the truth, you can work on how you're going to fix it. Be open with them. Why do we have to hide the fact that it's damn difficult on an hourly and daily basis? And I am hoping that that's what she'll do. They don't need any secrets. Only anything that's commercially sensitive, and that's around the edge of them naturally anyway. But apart from that, absolute honesty and transparency is huge key to people in the future. And I hope she can do it. I really do.
I like that saying. You're right. Anyone, what is it? Would you say people can handle anything as long as you tell them the truth?
Cope with anything if they're told the truth about it. You know, the minute you hide it and try and soften it and pretend it's okay when it's not okay, then you've got the anger and the fight back. Tell people, it's like health at the moment, and I know we're going to talk about that later. Tell the truth about how bad it is and how difficult it is to fix it.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, I spoke with Workplace Relations Minister Brooke Van Velden yesterday about major changes coming to the Holidays Act. She says it's aimed to simplify how leave is calculated and make entitlements fairer, especially for part-time, casual and irregular workers. Now, while the changes are designed to reduce complexity and improve fairness, there's also been lots of debate about this. Unions, of course, waded in saying that some workers could be disadvantaged. Christine, what do you make of it? Do you think calculating leave, sick leave, annual leave based on actual hours worked is fair, as a better way, as a better system?
I like it. It's straightforward and it's clear. And there are many people who are running businesses on a shoestring at the moment, and for them to have to pay out anything extra that isn't earned is a really tough call. The other side of it, and I have read it, and look, I am not dumb. And I find it still difficult to work my way through it. God, I'm glad it wouldn't be me personally that had to work out how it actually works, because it is very complicated, the new stuff, if you ask me. But as a chief executive and a leader, I want to look after my people. Not looking to strip them of anything they don't deserve. And at a hospice, you know, my rule is don't come to work if you're sick, because we have vulnerable people that come in and out of here all the time. I'm immune suppressed. I don't want to catch your bugs so that I can't go near those people either. So I support my people in terms of working at home if they've got something that's contagious. I try to find ways to look after my people. I don't look for ways to try and take things off them. I'm in a different than a business that's hanging on by the very edge of its fingernails. And we've got a different situation with not wanting that passed on in the workplace. But if I look at annual leave, I still believe if you value and love and care for people, you're not looking to strip them of things. And I think ACT sometimes has no warmth about what it does at all. And someone who is involved in it may feel completely different than me if you're in that business situation and feel that people get far too many ways of being assisted. And I think some of it is a bit stupid. But when it comes to straight sick leave and straight annual leave, you should get what you work for. And more if you negotiate that into your contract instead of money, because some people would rather have an extra week's leave than a high salary. You need to be open to do those things.
No surprises, and I mentioned it in the kind of intro. A lot of the unions, pretty much every union's come out saying that they're worried the part-time workers could actually lose out under these changes. Do you think that's a fair criticism?
No, and looking at it, I don't think it is. Look, if you on a Tuesday and a Thursday and you're sick on a Tuesday and a Thursday, you can get paid for those days. Why, if you only work Tuesday and Thursday, do you get 5 days sick leave? Or wouldn't it be 5 days to replace the day you're actually sick? You know, the unions, I always want to have a good relationship with my unions, but really they are very naughty often, and they go far too far. They're aligned to one side of the political spectrum, and they play it for all it's worth. So I think it is really a dangerous game.
Yeah. I liked the fact that bereavement and family violence leave can now be used from day one. I think that could make a difference for someone starting in a new job. Do you think?
Yeah, I think it's, as an employer, it's just so damned hard these days, Leah. You imagine taking on a new employee, they've got major issues at home, and you've only just started them, and then you've got to support them in the leave. And yes, I can see the good side of that. I can also see the enormous challenge of that. And it's not that I don't think those people need to be supported, but how employers are under a lot of pressure and difficulty. If that was one of my people that I'd had for a while and they were a wonderful, loyal employee, as almost 100% of mine are at hospice, I'd be wanting to do that. But if that was a brand new person, and I know they qualify from day one, I'd be thinking, what is the future? What can happen?
Yeah, actually, that's a good point.